The Park Hyatt Saigon is the best of Vietnam. Impeccably graceful, but natural and warm. Hi there, my name is Kevin. This channel came from a love of traveling, a love of the full process and the journey itself. I feature airline trip reports and high-end hotel reviews from all over the world. My reviews aren't sponsored by airlines or hotels, so you can be sure to get my unbiased and honest opinion. Am I an expert? You can decide. Am I fair? Yeah, I am. Let's get into it. Welcome to Saigon. If you'd like to know the exact nightly rate that I paid for my stay, or my next 5 videos in queue, please check out the description below. Hotel stays like this one really make me just excited about the future of this channel. We all know, well, I know at least, that I can't do anonymous reviews in perpetuity. Eventually, something's gonna have to give, and I know, like 3 years from now, maybe I need to shift the focus a bit. And being able to focus on storytelling hotels like the Park Hyatt Saigon is a very exciting prospect for me. Being able to tell the story of this property for the history that it holds within Saigon, the heritage it references in even the smallest of interior touches, and the kind of full package of it all that just makes it stand so far above its competition. Similar to my recent video at the Taj Mahal Palace in Mumbai, I just encourage you to sit back and relax and just enjoy the beauty of this property. If you do a quick search about the history of this hotel, of the building, you'll find a lot of misleading information. Most, let's say, lazy articles refer to this as a former French colonial mansion, which honestly couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, this used to be the Brinks Hotel, and during the war, it was a barrack station for the US military officers. But this fact is what actually makes this hotel so special today. And dare I say, restored my faith a bit in what big box hotel chains are still capable of doing these days. Once inside the lobby, you're instantly transported from the hot and sticky streets of Saigon into a cool and impossibly charming lobby full of fresh flowers, French colonial architectural accents, teak wood floors, and Indochine artwork throughout. The common areas are delicately scented with bergamot, geranium, jasmine, and sandalwood, which gives a delicate and decidedly untropical feel as you arrive. The point here isn't to transport you to the tropics, it's to comfort you as if you were entering your 19th century French colonial residence. The interiors throughout the hotel are light and seemingly effortless, but this hasn't always been the case. As I mentioned before, the reason this hotel, the structure of it is so impressive is because it's in fact not historic. The hotel was built in the years leading up to its opening in 2005, and most recently had a renovation that completed in 2017. The light and openness that the common areas have now were significantly enhanced during the renovation. Prior to that, the interior was much darker and just heavier. When entering the lobby, the reception desks are straight to the back, discreetly hidden behind the wall, and the concierge desk is in the open on the west side of the lobby. A huge selling point of this hotel is surely its location. Located on Lam Son Square, just on the back side of the Opera House, the hotel is situated between the dining thoroughfare of Hai Ba Trung Street and the shopping thoroughfare of Dong Hoi, with the pedestrian Nguyen Hue just 2 blocks away. Outside of the front corner of the property, there's a memorial statue commemorating the bombing that was carried out against the Brinks Hotel barracks on Christmas Eve of 1964. The history of the Brinks Hotel goes quite a bit deeper than that though. Surely, you've seen the movie Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams. The broadcaster that Williams' character was meant to portray was the movie's writer, Adrian Cronauer. After the Armed Forces Radio moved from the Rex Hotel to Brinks in 1964, Cronauer took over the Dawn Busters radio show, where he would begin with his now famous, drawn-out Good Morning Vietnam. Just inside the hotel and behind that memorial is the impeccable Park Lounge, which is open from 7 a.m. until midnight daily, and you can very much expect it to be filled throughout most of those hours, being the preferred afternoon tea destination for for Saigon's upper class for many, many years. In addition to their famous afternoon tea, they also do offer full menus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also have a very impressive champagne menu with over 50 bottles on offer, with prices ranging from 4 to 30 million VND, or around $175 to $1,300. It's not the champagne that impresses me here though. It's all of the little details and also knowing that this was all created fairly recently. I'm not quite sure how to explain it other than the Park Hyatt Saigon oozes that same heritage and historic feeling as, for example, the Taj Mahal Palace. But this place is kinda new. That's almost as impressive to me as maintaining a 200-year-old hotel. This is the only recreated period hotel that I've ever visited that is completely devoid of any sort of kitsch or tackiness. It is restrained, elegant, and most importantly, believable. It's not surprising that the same design group that first put the property on paper, Malaysian-based EDC, was also the chosen designer for its renovations in 2015. And for the record, I'm not saying that the Park Hyatt was created from nothing, but surely the Brinks Hotel was not a French colonial mansion. So you may be wondering, who are these 245 rooms for? Well, in this case, that's a big question with a big answer. There's 4 types of guests that you're going to find here. Those who live in the city, visiting for a meeting or lunch. Those who are Hyatt loyalists and know that the Park Hyatt Saigon is low-key one of the best redemption values in the entire portfolio. There are those that are visiting as part of a super luxe tour group. And then there are those that come to appreciate the best that Vietnam has to offer. And the best time to come is December through March, when you'll likely not see a drop of rain and temperatures are cooler, by Saigon standards at least. Alright, now it's time to head up to my room. Upon check-in, I was upgraded to a Garden View King on the 4th floor. The rooms are bright and elegant with a touch of old world whimsy, but with all of the modern amenities and conveniences that you'd expect. The room's palette is dominated by muted earthy greens, cool creams, and warm wood tones. This is a room that I do think, on camera, comes off as beautiful if not slightly underwhelming, but in person, it's simply comfortable and welcoming. As we look around the room, most things are self-explanatory, so let me begin to explain why this hotel is so special, because it in fact has nothing to do with anything that we've seen so far. The Park Hyatt Saigon is what I consider to be the best hotel in Vietnam, because of its service, full stop. But right now, this is more relevant than ever, because Vietnam's tourism market is in a bit of a precarious place. I hope you'll appreciate that I need to choose my words wisely here, but to put it simply, tourism and rebuilding tourism is not currently a priority of the government, or at least that's the way it seems. Vietnam still has not reinstated pre-COVID visa policies, quite the opposite to the likes of some regional tourism powerhouses. This is an incredibly rare occasion when I'm writing a script on the same day that I'm publishing this video, and so I can even mention that just yesterday, there's a major story in the Vietnamese press titled, quote, "Ho Chi Minh City lacks high-skilled tourism workforce post-pandemic," unquote. There was a major brain drain from Vietnam during the late COVID lockdowns here, and it's now estimated that the city is in need of over 40,000 high-skilled hospitality workers. Why on earth am I telling you any of this? Well, quite simply, I had to temper my own expectations before my stay here. I was really worried, actually, that the effects of COVID would be felt front and center here, but I was incredibly wrong. And I think that speaks to the Park Hyatt's standing in Vietnam. This hotel is the place that near everybody in the hospitality industry in Vietnam dreams of working. The training here is impeccable, but much more than that, the hiring selection process here is insanely competitive. And that is what gives the Park Hyatt Saigon its edge over every other hotel. Collectively, the best hospitality workers in this country work in this hotel, and you will notice it. Service here is detailed, thoughtful, naturally conversational, and oozing pride. Pride for working here, but pride for also sharing a piece of Vietnam, of yesterday or today, and understanding how to incorporate that into conversation without any awkward moments that feel scripted. It's rare that I can say something with this level of confidence, but this is a hotel where the answer is always yes, and the actions are always followed up upon. The staff here are grace defined. The 2 points that the Park Hyatt lost were in the room though. That first point was for the window insulation. We're very close to the famous pedestrian street, which routinely hosts concerts and other events, and fact of the matter is, you can hear it a little bit inside the room, but rarely will these events extend past 10 or 11 p.m. The linens here are routinely perfectly pressed and of the highest quality. In fact, near all materials in this room will give you the sense of a truly luxurious atmosphere. The bathroom is a bit of a clever design with a wardrobe that can be opened from the hallway or from within the bathroom itself. Now, looking at the closet from inside the bathroom, and then now with the pass-through doors open. The bathrooms feature Cochin products, and every amenity is available for you. If not in the bathroom already, there's also a list of items that can be supplied. By the way, a very friendly reminder that not only is this hotel stay 100% self-funded, the Park Hyatt Saigon had absolutely no idea I'd be staying there, or who I was for that matter. In a world where content creators are recognized every day, I still maintain that the only way to give a true, unbiased review is to stay anonymously. And so, I really do appreciate every like, comment, subscription, or just a glance at my Patreon, as they all really do contribute to growing the channel, and keeping all this content flowing. A big thanks in advance for watching today. There's a separate toilet nook and an admittedly small wet room. The shower area itself is fine, but the bathtub does feel a bit cramped. Before we move on, let me just share a few of my favorite design details from the room. I'll add that the room itself was absolutely spotless. Even the edges above eye level, which are normally the worst offenders, even in the best hotels, were free of any dust. And this is where the second point is lost. It boggles my mind how a Park Hyatt could offer Dasani water in the rooms. Vietnam has a litany of mineral waters on offer, many in cans or glass bottles, and even locals would agree that Dasani is truly the bottom of the barrel in Vietnam. And it seems that even Park Hyatt knows this because each floor has a proper mineral water dispenser. Okay, it's time for dinner and we're going to head to the Square One restaurant located on the mezzanine level. Lucky for you, I had some family in town, so I'll be able to show off a bit more food than normal. It is an incredible restaurant which does fusion in the best of ways. Rather than making everything on the menu not really French or not really Vietnamese, the menu is dominated by really well curated French or Vietnamese dishes, which have just a touch of the other culture, through an ingredient or presentation or technique, giving you the best of both in each dish. The restaurant itself has a full bar and 3 separate open kitchens. There's an Asian kitchen, a cold kitchen, and a Western kitchen, and we were lucky enough to sit just across from the pass of the Western kitchen, which became our entertainment for the night. It is always a true pleasure of mine to watch a really well-run, calm, and collected kitchen that pushes food out at precisely the correct pace. Some really good breads were served alongside salted butter, and we started off with a spring roll sampler, of course you have to, as well as banh kho. Think of them as savory, thick Vietnamese crepes. For the mains, there was bamboo charcoal chicken, an Iberico pork spiced curry, smoky grilled eggplant, and a few others which missed the camera. For dessert, a strawberry mille-feuille with an incredible strawberry pink peppercorn sorbet, and the restaurant's famous coconut ice cream lollipops. In case you didn't realize yet, I kinda like the service, and service here was phenomenal. Roles were very well defined, and between the open kitchen and the 5 or so staff that were serving our table, it was kinda like sitting in the middle of a small conducted symphony. Each course was explained, but in a much appreciated, non-patronizing, you must eat it this way kinda way. And the meal was completed by likely the best chocolate truffles that I've ever had. The hotel does have its own chocolatier shop on site. I will admit that I have a strange relationship with Vietnamese food. I enjoy it, but I find it really difficult to elevate. There are plenty of Vietnamese fine dining restaurants in Saigon. I've been to most of them, and you'll surely find something like foie gras topped spring rolls or lobster pho, basic dishes with luxurious ingredients added to them, and voila, fine dining. The food here is not like that at all. There are no gimmicks. It's just the highest quality ingredients with intense attention to detail. And I can truly say that this was the best Vietnamese meal I've had in my near decade in Saigon. After dinner, if you're looking for a nightcap, Hai Lam Son is the hotel's bar, which is just on the other side of the park lounge and can be reached by the hotel's side entrance. I filmed this precisely at 5:30 when the bar opened because I knew by the time I was done just a few moments later, there had to be at least 10 people already ordering drinks. This is exactly what you would want from a hotel bar, and the energy stays buzzy but chilled throughout all of the night. The next morning, before we check out breakfast, let's do a quick tour of the beautiful gardens and pool, which are located in the elbow of the hotel, if you will. It's a truly serene escape from a very chaotic city below, and even when it gets crowded in the afternoons, there's still plenty of space to enjoy peacefully. There are also very attentive pool attendants on hand for whatever you may need. Note that if you spring for one of the garden terrace rooms, you'll be able to walk straight out onto the pool deck from your room. Just next to the pool area is the celebrated Swan Spa, as well as an always lively fitness center, which has plenty more equipment available than I could show, but wasn't able to because there's just too many people inside. Alright, breakfast time. This is my 105th hotel review on this channel, and I do believe that this is in my top 5, maybe top 3 breakfasts of all time. We're now in the Opera restaurant just off of the lobby, which is split into 4 distinct areas and assures that your table will have an intimate and cozy feel. There's an entry bar area, where the chocolate shop also is. Beyond that, you'll find the buffet surrounded by tables in the central hall. To the side, it's, let's call it an atrium, which is full of natural sunlight. And finally, there's also an outdoor terrace. I'll let you explore the buffet a bit, and then I'll show you where this breakfast service really shines. In addition to all of that you just saw, there's also a pancake and waffle station which I somehow missed. And then we have the supplemental a la carte menu. If your breakfast is included, everything on this menu is also included in your breakfast. This really has to be the best supplemental menu for breakfast that I've ever seen. It has everything that you could possibly want. They even have gluten-free eggs Benedict. I mean, come on. For me though, I ordered a bowl of bún bò Huế, which was good, but missing its characteristic kick. And then after that, a banh mi Heo Wai, which was phenomenal, incredible, monumental, and every other word that you could think of. Packed with shatteringly crispy pork belly. For lunch and dinner, the Opera restaurant also moonlights as an Italian restaurant. All meals start with their signature bread, and since bread with bread is always a good combination, I highly recommend that you go for the pizza here. It really is some of the best pizza in Saigon. And so, that is that. I've been talking for 24 minutes, and I still feel like I barely scratched the surface of why I believe this is Vietnam's best hotel. I know many of you will debate me saying that Am Hanoi, or the Four Seasons Nam Hai, or Six Senses Con Dao, or any other hotel is better. And everyone is entitled to their opinions, congratulations, but I don't believe that more expensive or bigger rooms automatically translates to a better hotel. The best hotels on earth are full package deals, driven by incredible hospitality, and this hotel simply has the most natural, well-trained staff that I've ever seen anywhere in Vietnam. Along with sharing the best of their country, they show off the best of themselves and really know how to create incredible lasting impressions. If the Park Hyatt Saigon is on your shortlist for your next stay in the city, please take my advice. Throw away that list, burn it for a bit of added flair, and just book the Park Hyatt. You will not regret it. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video today. It was as much a pleasure to make as it was a pleasure to experience myself. I hope you'll subscribe so that you can follow along with my travels. My next video is going to be a flight to Phuket on Vietjet Air, as I kick off a new 12-part Thailand series centered around Phuket and Koh Samui. Thanks again for clicking that thumbs up button.